Hello and welcome to YNWA Transfer News, your ultimate source for all Liverpool FC transfer news. Our first news is this.
Alan Shearer dismisses Alexander Isak question after first Premier League goal for Liverpool. Alexander Isak is off the mark in the Premier League for Liverpool. And there is still more to come from the $169 million man after his record-breaking transfer move in the summer, scoring the opening goal in a 2-0 win over West Ham over the weekend. Isak made a telling difference in the second half and helped his side earn all 3 points. Liverpool is now in a much healthier position in the standings, 8th and only 3 points off third-placed Chelsea. They were crying out for a piece of quality. And Isak produced that piece of quality in terms of that finish. Alan Shearer told the Rest his football podcast. When asked directly by Gary Lineker if he was happy for Isak, Shearer replied, "Yeah, that's gone. It is gone," indicating he is over the way that Isak forced his way out of Newcastle a few months ago. Shearer added, "You will have seen match of the day by the time this comes out. I do think there were little signs that they are going to have to get used to him and also play earlier balls into him, because a lot of what Alex does is off the cuff. I know a lot of it was balls in behind. But also it is off the cuff and spontaneous, not just for him, but any striker. You have got to get the ball into the box early when you have got the opportunity to do it, to get the best out of him. You have got to do that," and when they did it, his half-volley finish was class. A fantastic finish, and that was the bit of quality that Liverpool needed. I don't think it mattered about performance for Liverpool. Arne Slot had to make a couple of big decisions, and he did. He left Mo Salah out, and he had to win the game. And I think with him winning it and Isak scoring, you would think it would give them a little bit of belief and confidence. I think they have got Sunderland at home next game. They are going really well, but it is at Anfield, and it was just about winning today. But I thought West Ham were poor and offered very little. I don't think they had one shot on target all game. Hugo Ekitike was fit enough to make the bench at West Ham, and he will be pushing for another start soon. But Isak could do with the minutes to continue building up his fitness. I'm aware that it has been a long time coming, and I have been trying to get back to my best form, he said post-match on Sunday. I'm still on the way, but I am happy to get that goal. The best feeling today is that we win the game, and that is the best way to get a good spirit in the group, but of course I am a striker, so scoring goals will always help me. We have to use this win in a good way but also be humble. We have to stay focused and keep working hard to keep this momentum. We knew it was going to be difficult to get back to winning ways after our recent form. Happy that we won and happy to be on the score sheet as well. Liverpool move closer to Arne Slot replacement as manager speaks out against club ownership. Liverpool linked boss Oliver Glasner has cranked up the heat on Crystal Palace's ownership following their defeat to Manchester United at Selhurst Park on Sunday afternoon. The Palace coach appeared to critique the club's spending in the summer window, citing the squad's lack of depth as a reason for the South Londoners squandering their lead over Ruben Amorim's Red Devils. Man United ran out to 2-1 winners against the Eagles, who had played 3 days prior in the UEFA Europa Conference League, losing by the same scoreline to Strasbourg. It follows a theme that has seen Palace fail to win any of their matches following participation in European competition this season. I think it's what we missed in summer, and I never talked about it until now, but everything that happens was pretty clear. If you play for the first time in your club's history in European football, I think the right answer is invest and not save. And we saved, Glasner said. The Austrian coach's future at Selhurst Park is far from certain, with the likes of Man United and Liverpool linked with the Palace boss. Liverpool currently find themselves on a run of 9 defeats from their last 13 matches under Arne Slot, with the Dutchman repeatedly being linked with the sack in recent weeks. This group of players is giving everything every single day, but I think this group of players didn't get the right support, Glasner added. Many Palace supporters have resigned themselves to losing Glasner before long, in part due to the lack of transfer expenditure in the summer window. The South London club spent modestly in comparison to their Premier League rivals, investing around £50 million on incoming signings, following the £60 million departure of Eberes to Arsenal. Yeremy Pino, JD Canva, Walter Benitez and Borna Sosa all arrived on permanent deals, whilst Kristantis Uch signed on loan. However, the cohort of Palace signings are largely yet to deliver in a material sense on the Pitch. Glasner's captain Mark Guehi is also expected to leave the club next summer and was on the verge of signing for Liverpool before a last-minute U-turn on transfer deadline day. Liverpool transfer news. Liv. Antoine Semenyo. £65 latest. Mark Guehi claim. Mohamed Salah update. Liverpool eased some of the pressure on head coach Arne Slot with a much-needed victory against West Ham United on Sunday. Alexander Isak finally got off the mark in the Premier League as Liverpool battled to a 2-0 win at the London Stadium. The forward's well-taken strike in the second half and Cody Gakpo's stoppage-time goal secured all 3 points for Slot's side. And now with the opening of the transfer window just a month away, speculation surrounding the Reds has already started. According to Foot Mercado, Liverpool, Manchester City and Tottenham Hotspur are all interested in Everton star Iliman Ndiaye. Meanwhile, Atletico Madrid are the latest club to be linked with a move for Mark Guehi. Manchester City are also reportedly considering triggering Antoine Semenyo's £65 million release clause in January. Liverpool have also been linked with the 25-year-old in recent weeks. Sergio Aguero has backed Florian Wirtz to turn his Liverpool career around and become vital for the Reds. Wirtz, 22, has endured a difficult start to life at Anfield since his £116 million move from Bayer Leverkusen in June. Indeed, the German international has failed to score in 16 appearances for Arne Slot's side. Although Wirtz has registered 3 assists, 2 in the Champions League and 1 in the FA Cup, he hasn't done enough on a regular basis to warrant a regular spot in the starting sheet, with Slot often rotating him and Cody Gakpo. However, ex-Manchester City striker Aguero has defended Wirtz and believes it's only a matter of time before he catches fire and becomes an important player for the Reds. Arne Slot on Mohamed Salah. Dropping. Arne Slot made the bold call to drop Mohamed Salah for Liverpool's clash with West Ham, following calls from some sections to make the switch. The forward has struggled this season, along with the rest of his teammates, as they look to work out a new balance to the side with the fresh faces in the building, with the Reds running out as winners. Slot was questioned over the decision to drop Salah, as he said, "Every time I don't play Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike or Mohamed Salah. It's about that, which is understandable as they are all outstanding players. Mo has had an unbelievable career at this club and will have a very good future at this club because he is such a special player. 4 games in 10 days with only 14 to 15 outfield players available for us. Then you have to decide once in a while to make a certain lineup and you try to pick the best lineup for every single game. Today, with the way West Ham set up with a fullback that is constantly high and a winger who is constantly inside, I thought that this could help the team. But Mo has been so important for this club and will be important for this club in the future. Salah will be leaving Liverpool soon to compete with Egypt at AFCON. Giving a glimpse into how Liverpool could line up in his absence, Alexander Isak's Liverpool admission. Alexander Isak has admitted that he feels relieved after scoring his first Premier League goal for Liverpool, following his £125 million move in the summer transfer window. Speaking to Sky Sports after Liverpool's win over West Ham, he said, "Yeah, of course, I'm aware that it's been a long time coming and I've been trying to get back to my best form. I'm still on the way, but I'm happy to have that goal. The best feeling today is that we win the game. That's the best way to get a good spirit within the group. That's helpful for the individual as well. Of course, I'm a striker, so scoring goals will always help me. We have to use this win in a good way but also be humble, because we've had a tough time. One win doesn't necessarily mean we're back. We have to stay focused and keep working hard to keep this momentum." Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott left Liverpool in the summer in search of more game time, but it appears as though he is struggling in his loan spell at Aston Villa. With just 5 appearances for Villa, there has been talk about a possible return to the Reds, what that could mean for his future, and more. Cody Gakpo named in Team of the Week. Liverpool star Cody Gakpo has been named in Troy Deeney's Team of the Week on BBC Sport. Following his display against West Ham, the forward scored a late goal to help the Reds register a huge win, one that the side will now hope can be the start of a run of form. National media react to Liverpool 2.0 as post-Mohamed Salah world emerges, thoroughly sensible. * Time for a lie down. Liverpool ended a run of 3 successive defeats with a deserved 2-0 Premier League victory at lowly West Ham United on Sunday afternoon. Alexander Isak's first top-flight goal since his £125 million arrival from Newcastle United put the Reds ahead on the hour before Cody Gakpo made the game safe during additional time. It ensured Liverpool moved back up into the top half of the table. And while the Echo was in attendance and provided our usual level of coverage, here's how the national media viewed a positive result for Arne Slot's side. Ian Ladyman of the Daily Mail praised the decision-making of Slot under the ongoing pressure. Arne Slot walked slowly towards the Liverpool supporters, acknowledged them with a wave and a thumbs up, and then folded his blue mac over his left arm and strode down the tunnel. He pens, "We have seen the ritual many times before." Slot is an understated man. When things are good, and also, we are learning, when things are not so good. That has been the Liverpool manager's way as the pressure has grown over the last 2 or 3 weeks, and that was his way once a big victory had been assured. Here in East London, calm in the storm and all that, and though it has not passed yet, games against Sunderland and then at Leeds make up an upcoming testing week. Here he was rewarded for not only managing to retain some kind of perspective within the madness, but also for some brave and thoroughly sensible decisions ahead of this game. No Mo Salah here against West Ham. And opportunities again for Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz. Big choices, all big choices that came off. Writing in the Times, Alison Red highlighted the decision to drop Mohamed Salah to the bench. Perhaps a dull 2-0 victory is just what Arne Slot's side needed to galvanize a campaign that had threatened to implode. He says, "There was little in the way of majesty, but a first Liverpool Premier League goal for Alexander Isak and a Cody Gakpo injury time strike was enough to stop the rot. Goodness knows what ire would have been directed at Slot had Liverpool's crisis deepened, because in dropping Mohamed Salah he was taking a risk. If it had backfired, it might have seemed he was running out of options, because it is quite simply a shock whenever the Egyptian starts on the bench." Jonathan Wilson of The Guardian assessed the lineup changes that offered an opportunity to Liverpool's 116 meters summer signing. That meant Florian Wirtz as the central creator, the role he was signed to play. He scribes, "The suggestion all season has been that this is the shape Slot wants for Liverpool. It was the shape he used in winning the Eredivisie with Feyenoord. And the summer signings make more sense in the context of a transition away from 4-3-3, but a 4-3-1 with a non-defender such as Salah was always a risk. That perhaps has been the biggest tactical issue for Liverpool this season. It was a post-Salah team with Salah still in it. Wirtz is yet to score or register an assist in the Premier League since his £100 meters plus move from Bayer Leverkusen, but not for the first time this season. He looked industrious and tidy without that translating into a huge amount of threat. His tendency to drift to the left means that there are some glimmers of a partnership building with Gakpo, but as yet he and Isak are not on the same wavelength. Sam Dean of The Telegraph believes Liverpool have offered a hint of what their future could be like after Salah. Was this the first proper glimpse of Liverpool 2.0? He ponders, the first sign that Arne Slot's costly evolution is, at last, beginning to take shape. It certainly felt that way as Slot dropped Mohamed Salah to his bench and instead successfully built his team's attack around the £240 million duo of Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz, with Salah watching from the dugout for the first time in a league game since Jurgen Klopp was Liverpool's manager. The new boys finally delivered the sort of performances they were signed for. Isak struck his first league goal for Liverpool with a wonderfully sharp finish, while the much-criticized Wirtz was the game's standout player. Finally, the tall Paul Gorse picked up on the same theme when writing in The Echo. It may not stave off the wider debates around his suitability for the job he occupies just yet, but, as Steven Gerrard had urged after Wednesday's 4-1 smiting by PSV in the Champions League, the Reds have at least stopped the bleeding. For now, the challenge for the champions now is to continue putting their best foot forward and get beyond the upcoming festive period with a historically poor run of 9 defeats in the previous 12 firmly behind them, and this deserved victory provided a brief glimpse into the future at Anfield, to a world where Florian Wirtz loads the bullets and Alexander Isak fires the gun. After nearly 3 months as Liverpool teammates, supporters finally got to see a snapshot of what they are both capable of in the same team.
Thank you for watching. Like and comment, subscribe.